The CEO of Standard Bank says Africa can expect growth of more than 4% in the medium to long term. He sat down also with Richard Quest at the Future Investment Initiative in Riyadh to explain his vision for growth across that continent.
The 21st century is the African century, where Africa has to say, yes, our competitive advantage is the minerals. We are very good, in the case of South Africa, in mining. Our engineering schools are fantastic. Let us mine these goods. Let us mine the platinum, the cobalt, the copper, the manganese, but let's also beneficiate. Let's build some manufacturing capacity on the continent. Let's argue, as I hereby do with you, that let's build data centers in Africa because the copper is easy to access. Let's do it maybe in East Africa because there's geothermal. The engineering is pretty simple. The copper is easily available and the human capacity in East Africa is there. Why not?
I hear what you say. My challenge to you is that you're right, but it never happens.
It is happening.
You're right, but somewhere along the line, that second crucial part of the equation doesn't take place, or doesn't take place properly.
That proposition is not supported by the facts. In the case of Ethiopia, manufacturing of cars and EVs is happening in Ethiopia on the basis of them having changed the legislation related to internal combustion engines, by way of example. There are manufacturing companies, car manufacturers moving into Ethiopia, Chinese, European, Japanese, building vehicles in Ethiopia. That story, Richard, is a story that ought to be followed and built upon, and I'm saying to you that it is. That is why Africa will be growing at about 4% in the medium to long term. Africans are getting healthier, wealthier, more productive. Demographic dividend is fantastic. We are building the infrastructure on our own terms, and that is why we will be growing at faster than 4% in the medium to long term. We'll be the fastest growing region in the world.
The economies of Africa at the moment have been sideswiped to a larger extent than many places by the tariffs from the Trump administration. In some cases, in some very unusual ways, but in other cases, like South Africa, absolutely clobbered.
Not a true statement of fact. Some have indeed been sideswiped, but some have actually come out pretty positively from it. I think at the end of the day, Richard, one has to look at the economics of it. At 15% on average in global tariffs, it'll have an impact of 0.2% on African GDP, less than what we would have expected it to be. And in the case of South Africa, it'll be 0.1. There are sectors and indeed some countries which are going to be hard hit, but there are others that won't. People have found new ways of having access to value chains. They've changed their relationships. They're selling their goods to other parts of the world. In the case of South Africa, some car manufacturers have been hard hit, but others have found other destinations for their products.